Okay, today I'm going to be assembling a Crossman Sniper 370 crossbow. In addition to what's in the package, you'll need a knife of some sort to cut through some cardboard pieces. And I suggest a magnifying glass because the instructions are amazingly small. We can quickly go through what I'll call the larger pieces. We have our scope. We have our 3 arrows. The points may have come off in the box. Look in the box if they're not on and attach them first. The main body of the crossbow. The quiver. There will be 2 bags inside. One will have the tools and the hex wrenches for the quiver, and one for the crossbow itself. This is the foot stirrup and your cocking mechanism, and then of course the bow assembly. And finally the strap. Now I've emptied the bag of assembly small pieces onto this plate. These are, going clockwise, the 3 hex wrenches, the stirrup screws, 3 of them, the cable slider, the sling stud, the limb bolt, and finally the joint cap and the joint cap pad. In our other bag we will have the quiver mount screws. There are 2 of them, and 2 hex wrenches to apply them. A small container of rail lube is included with the bow. However, I also bought a kit which included rail lube and string wax. It is a good idea to wax your strings regularly. All right, this is the cable slide. One side is actually a little bit closer together, and we're going to stick this on the cable. I'm going to do it this way. Slide it on. It will actually be upside down at that point. The cable slide goes in here. It slides in. The little trough in it fits on here. You want to take the peelings off here. Here you can see the joint cap facing with the solid side away from the rail with the pad on top of it. My pad did not stick well to the joint cap. This is a look at the joint cap from the opposite direction. The pad is up here. And in this direction, you want to make sure that it's going to be able to go in the way it's supposed to. You can assemble the bow like that. And you'll need to keep turning this until you get the 2 pieces together. And there we go. Got it good and tight. The smallest of the 3 screws I identified as the stirrup screws is actually the limb set screw. It prevents the crossbow from separating. The remaining 2 screws, which we identified originally as the 3 stirrup screws, are in fact the actual stirrup screws. The stirrup should go in with, this bow is upside down, with the part that comes up, facing up as you insert the stirrup in here. Keep all your hex wrenches. Every once in a while you might want to tighten these screws, the bolt screw, this screw. They can come loose, so every once in a while you want to tighten them. These 2 holes are for the quiver mount. We'll place that here. We'll put a screw in each one. We have 2 of them that came in our package. And just screw them in. The back strap goes on like this. Just put this through and tighten it. And for the front, take the screw and the washer that you got in your pack. It goes right here between these 2. Okay. The scope has 2 screws on it, and on the side of the screws are flap type rail links. and just slide these on. And when you get it to the distance you want from yourself, you can tighten them by hand. And then use a screwdriver to finish the job. The package includes a battery for your scope. Take the battery, put it in plus side up. That's the side with the printing. Once you have your battery in place, turning this will give you either a red reticule or a green reticule, and it adjusts the magnification by the numbers with that. So this little indentation here is not a stylistic thing. This is in fact part of a pulley matched by your two spinners on your cocking device. Your pulley string goes here, these two go over here, and then you'll be pulling on these. One thing to keep in mind, the correct position for these two is right up here against this. This is the way it's supposed to be as you pull it up and all the way up. If it goes like this, which it can do, like hops up on here, and this can happen, that's not right. You don't want that to happen. And both of them can do that. You want to keep this flush against here, and they stay partly below the top of the rail as you come up. With the rope back here, it has to stay within this groove. It can pop up and go up here. You don't want that. You won't be able to cock it if it's up there. Make sure it stays down here. We're not quite ready yet, because first of all, we want to push the safety thing off and put, if it's not in fire, put the bow in fire position. This is for cocking. Now, might be a good idea to hold on to the hooks. Place the rope around your hinge area, I guess you could call it. Place the hooks on the bow. They should be about even. Get your foot in the stirrup. Very carefully take these off. Don't ever put your finger in front of the cocked string. And actually now this is back into safety where you want it. And we're ready. Remove one of your arrows from the quiver. Put the white one, in this case, down. Bring it all the way back. Be very careful. You don't want to get any more of your fingers in there than you can. It's now ready to fire. I'm going to take the safety caps off the scope. Let me take the safety off. Got to push the safety off. With my first shot, the arrow went right through, so I couldn't tell where. My second shot, you can see that I've actually put a paper target on top. The first one I didn't have a target on, and it went right through. I had no idea where it hit. This hit right here. I need to do a little bit of adjustment on the scope, but that's very good. The bolt went almost all the way through. Tremendous amount of power. Here we have a view of the target with the arrow going through it. This is my fourth shot. I had done some adjustments, and the results are quite a lot better. It took me 5 shots to get a dead center bullseye. This was at 20 yards. Overall, I'd say that the Centerpoint Crossman Sniper 370 is an excellent crossbow. It zeroes in very quickly. It's fairly easy to assemble. It does take a tremendous amount of strength to cock it. I got a little tired after cocking it only 5 times. Luckily, I got a bullseye in that time. It's not for the weak, but otherwise, I recommend it highly. If you love the wilderness and you love mysteries, imagine a wilderness guide who solves mysteries like Michael Connelly's Harry Bosch. If you like CJ Box's Joe Pickett. If you like Dana Stabnow's Kate Chugat, you'll love Winslow. Check it out at winslowdoyle.com.